Chief, well, what are we, a week or so out from the start of the new A-League men's season? How do you feel as you head off to your final warm-up game?
I feel very excited. I feel it's been a long pre-season, but we've worked on a lot of important playing ideas, and they're starting to come to fruition. It was really exciting to get to play Newcastle last week and put some of those put our training into practice, and there was an improvement from the City game 6 weeks earlier. So I was pleasantly content. The players were very, very happy with their progress, and now we just look forward to putting it into action in another game against Victory.
As far as the strategy that you're looking to place on this team, the way that you want them to play in the season ahead, are you where you want to be a week out, or how are you feeling about hitting the A-League with your strategy in place?
Well, I think the planning has been very good. I think that we've catered for all possible twists and scenarios where it could have gone a little bit pear-shaped. So in that respect, we're really happy. We won't know the test, and I've said this before, until we start playing games on a consistent basis, because there'll be different scenarios where there'll be a change. There might be some tactical nuance that we need to fix. So, but I'm content where we're going. We're progressing to where I think the team can be. And once we get those games, it's not going to be 100% from the start. I think it's going to take a bit of time, but we're definitely moving in the right direction.
You haven't had to change anything? You haven't had, like, halfway through gone, actually, I don't have the players to do this. I don't have what I need to make my system work. That hasn't been a thought in your mind?
No, that's never been, it hasn't even been a side thought, because there was a lot of planning that went in the pre-season prior to coming into the actual pre-season. Spent a lot of time assessing players' abilities, what we can do, and I said from day one, it's not so much a revolution, it's an evolution. So I think we've catered for what we're strong at and how we can develop that, and we've reinforced things that we've done really well. So I think it's been a nice mix. So no, that thought's never come into my head.
Will the Phoenix of this season look markedly different to the Phoenix of last season?
You asked me the same question last time, and my answer is the same. I think what you'll find is it won't be completely different, but the emphasis, as I said from day one, will be on controlling the game. And that doesn't mean control with the ball the whole time, of possession, because I know fans get upset when you say it's going to be possession-based, and it's a very simplified way of looking at the game. But for me, control means that you're not only controlling your build-up, you're controlling your defending, and you're controlling your pressing, and you're controlling your recovery, for example, when you lose the ball. So for me, I want to feel that and that includes set pieces as well, is that when you watch the game, that when you watch us, that you feel like, okay, these guys, in whatever moment they're in, they know exactly what they're doing. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. As per usual, all of the pre-season predictions don't have the Phoenix in the top six. Do you pay any attention to that? Does it motivate you in any way?
I'm not going to say I haven't seen them. I chuckle a little bit because these guys are either geniuses or I'm missing something. So I saw one the other day. It tipped us last, and for me, that's something that will fuel the players once I show them. And we're not going to be last. We're going to make a massive impact on the league. The belief, not only from myself and the coaching staff, the belief is in the group. We also believe in the young players that we've promoted. We believe that we've worked so hard in these 2.5 months that it'd be an unfortunate set of circumstances for us to think that would even be that low. We're gonna give our best. Every performance for us, we'll try and guarantee. We can't guarantee the result, but as long as we're developing from week to week and we keep building on the things that we're doing, the ceiling, is limitless.
And we've had word this week of a preferred bidder for the Auckland franchise. That will happen next season, we're told. The thought of a New Zealand derby in the A-League men's and women's, is that something that excites you?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, we struggle for pre-season games, so I'm happy to play them 5 times in the pre-season. I think it's good for the league. I think it's good. More teams in the league means that there's opportunity for more players, also coaches. I think it's really good for the New Zealand landscape. I think that an extended professional base gives a lot of those guys that everyone talks about giving an opportunity, because we're just not in a position to, that they will get an opportunity. And then that means that, you know, the 25 players per age group becomes 50, and now we're talking about the 51 to 75 category, which is a great thing. And that also extends into the international scene. So for me, a big reflection on the work that we're doing here is making sure that we're getting a lot of players into the international setup, both at youth and at the senior space. And if that increases with the player base with Auckland, that's really good for the country, I think.
And just finally, just back to this team, are there places up for grabs in your starting 11 for next weekend, or are you pretty set on where you are?
Always. No, there's always... I say this wholeheartedly, every week is assessed week by week. I have a fair idea who I want going into the season, but the younger boys and the ones that haven't had that opportunity in games, when they came on last week in the friendly, they gave me a lot, which means now the guys that are starting in front of them are looking behind now. And for me, that's healthy competition. That's good for it's actually good for the team in general, because those players that are starting don't become complacent. And it also gives those younger players something to work to. And I have no fear in playing these younger players or less, experienced players. And I think it's exciting. I think the fans will be excited, especially when they start playing as well and getting regular game time. I think it'd be good for the Wellington base and for all our fans who have some sort of association to our team.
Just one from me. How much of a boost for Ben Old, but also for you, is to have him back training after all he's been through?
Well, I've been a big fan of Ben Old since I started working with him roughly about 4 years ago now. He's a talented player, very creative. He's actually very, very intelligent, especially as a 10. He can play in our system. He can also change in terms of position. So for me, the one thing that I've been really feel buoyed about is the fact that he's going to be back and available for this first round. That gives us real firepower off the bench. He's still not at 90 minutes yet. It's going to take a bit of time, and we're still managing through his injury. But for me, I'm really excited. But I'm also excited about the other boys that are on the bench as well, because, given the opportunity, I think they've all got some role to play and be effective.